On the show today, I start using Arccos for the very first time. How does it go? Stay tuned and find out.
Absolutely huge. And I discover that when you take time away from golf, you don't get worse. If anything, you might get better.
Thursday comes and we all start to think about the end of the week, but what I like to think about is the beginning of the golfing weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to installation 2 of this week's Golf is Ruining My Life episodes. Tom Price speaking. Tom Green is also here. Hello.
Yes, installation 3, depending on how you look at it, after a little false start on a Sunday morning. Did anyone else realize? Yeah, that was the old king of admin over here. It was failing his admin duties.
It was like people having turkey on Christmas Eve, wasn't it? It was wild. It all kicked off on the Discord. Now, can I just say, Discord-wise, I've had a few people who have pals saying, now, what is this Discord business? Because they want to join in, but they feel somehow like, I don't even know how to do it. It's a bit like you're asking me to do internet dating, and I'm not going to do that. I get that. Tom, just give them a very quick Discord advert, please, because they must do it. They must.
Well, let me just level with you as well, Discord deniers, because I've sort of works, isn't it?
Discord
doubters. I've been in so many sort of fandoms in my time, because I can get into weird fandoms, and I've never bothered joining any of their Discords because I don't know how that works. So
if there was a Tim Key Discord and it was just people chatting about how much they love Tim Key,
I would be in that. I would be in that. No, that is a Discord I would bother joining. If anyone, any Tim Key completists want to set that up, I will actually. I'll probably admin that. No, it's just like a big WhatsApp group where everyone is in there chatting. I'm finally playing good golf again, so I put a scorecard in there earlier. But can I actually apologise to the Discord lot very quickly, Tom? Because of something that happened in the last episode.
I didn't mean to post that photograph. I do apologise. There are children on there, and I really shouldn't have done that.
That's not even impressive. I, at the start of maybe Monday's episode, called the people who download the podcast pre-6 a.m. a word, right? And the word was pretty playful and pretty fun, okay?
Losers.
The problem is, Tom, it wasn't much worse than losers. The problem was, in the edit, it got beeped out, so it sounded like I was calling them like a Champions League level swear word.
Why did I beep it out? Because it was a politically incorrect word. That's why we beeped it out.
Yes. It was a bit politically incorrect.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yes.
So it got beeped, and then actually, what I said wasn't bad, but what I think it implied was awful. So, guys, the Discord lot, I love you.
There's an old shop called Radio Rental, and that's the rhyming slang that will nudge you towards what Tom was saying.
Absolutely fine.
I'm very tired today.
Tom, I'm not going to hold on.
No, we're not doing sad episode. It's not going to happen.
No. I just want to finish one more bit of admin business.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. I'd like, to be honest, Tom, the admin stuff at the beginning, kind of my favourite stuff.
Okay, fine. Just one more bit of admin. All the Peppering the Rough teas are now online. If you've bought them over the last couple of days, this isn't going to be like Hoodiegate. Guys, these are getting shipped over the next few days. By the time you listen to this, they may even have been shipped. However, apologies from the Toms here.
Yes, this is awkward. I'm going to sit back and let you take this one.
Okay. How am I going to do this?
You're all fat.
What I'm going to say...
Is that... No, that's not say that.
There you go. There you go. Tom said it. Anyway, back to the podcast. I thought we had maybe a couple more S's and maybe a few less double XLs. And what it turns out is we have a few more quad XLs and a few less S's. I've now got way too many S's.
4XL is in XXXXL. Those are the ones that are sold out.
We had 4 double XLs that sold out within the first 20 seconds of the
That's okay. We're learning.
sale. So
listen, we're new to this business, and can I just say, just so you understand how we feel about this, we look at the Discord and we see, we're going to be at 1,000 people soon, and we think, I can't believe, and this is the phrase Tom and I always use, we have created something out of nothing. And it's very much the case with merch, where you guys buying this stuff, and anyone who has, we really appreciate it, because you are putting money in our coffers, and that money will go towards my kids' food. It will go towards my kids' it will go towards us filming more stuff. So the more that happens, that more that we can make the show bigger and get on the course more and pay for all that stuff, because that's where we have to spend money. So it's really appreciated, and we love it. So thank you if you have bought a shirt, and we hope you like them because they're good quality.
Oh, they're brilliant. But we've learned lessons, and those lessons are next time we're going to get more double XLs and maybe even a couple of triple XLs because we have no small listeners, but that's fine.
Yeah,
listen,
it's fine.
We learn. They'll be on the way to you over the next couple of days. And now the admin is done, we can talk about how we have both completely done a 360 or 180, don't know, since we last spoke.
We have. It was a sad episode last time. And you know what? We recorded the episode and then we both played golf that day and texted each other that evening going, bloody love golf. Golf's good, isn't it? Have you ever thought about playing golf? Yeah, I really like golf. So it was a complete turnaround. I would say, however, we did have some lovely messages, particularly Gary, who got in touch and went, hey, woo, chill out Zen, guys. And that was called for. But sometimes golf is almost an overstimulation of the senses. Sometimes you've got to step away, even professionals like us.
You got to step away. And today, after stepping away, I had a deep and meaningful realization about golf, and I would like to talk about it. And it's something that I hadn't realized. And I think I might have convinced myself the opposite was true. Right. So I've had basically 2 weeks off playing golf. And okay, I didn't think I was going to roll the clocks all the way back to the start of January where I was all over the place and couldn't play anymore. But I thought very quickly all the skills would roll away and I'd be back to playing rubbish again. I've had 2 weeks off. I have picked up exactly where I left off.
That's nice.
All those
That's
lessons,
very nice.
all those feels. Guys, they don't go away. I was worried they'd go away. They don't really go away. They're still in there.
Well, this is a lesson, isn't it? This is a lesson that you're better. And this applies to you, Tom, but to all of us, you're better than you realise you are. And also, and my friend Amos, who I love dearly and I really enjoy playing golf with, often says we don't realise how amazing the body is, right? At putting phone notifications off. Oh,
what's going on?
so
Who's calling
annoying.
you? Oh, Tom.
No one's calling me.
Do you know the annoying thing about this, lovely listeners?
Just starting a speech.
I call Tom probably 3-4 times a day, and it never goes through because he has this setting called Do Not Disturb on. Yeah. He tells me he has Do Not Disturb on, so it doesn't go off during the podcast. To the point
where it's now a shortcut, and you go, "Hey, are you D&Ding me? Are you on D&D?
Yeah, you're trying to D&D me." But what I've realised, if I WhatsApp call you and it gets round the D&D.
It does actually. It does. No, what's happened is I put my iPad on for the first time in a week. This little iPad I use for the emails, I've just put it on for the first time in a week because we're going to do Email Corner in a minute with our pals at Golf Bidder.
Yes, because we've currently done 7.5 minutes of what I would describe as admin.
Oh my God. Oh, stop it. It's going on. I can't stop
what
it.
I can't
stop it. It's making all the noises. I tell you what it is. It's WhatsApp on the iPad. Oh my God. It's so irritating. Oh, I've closed it now. Yeah. And what's happened is just to be clear.
I don't care. I don't. This is awful. How are we?
All my WhatsApps from a whole week.
Britain's second biggest golf podcast.
Oh my God! Now I'm getting a phone call.
You are. Is this comedy? Is this a bit?
All my WhatsApps. Okay, just all my WhatsApps from the whole week are now coming through in one fell swoop on the WhatsApp application, which I have got on. Right, but if I open it, it's gone. There's coming through. This isn't. Oh, I was starting a speech about golf. I'm sweating. I don't
know what to do about this. Should I carry on my thing?
Yeah, I just wanted to say your body remembers stuff when you play shots, and you need to relax, and that lets your body take over. But you're distracted by WhatsApp.
and that's true. I think that's true. It has been really helpful for me to have a week and a bit off and take some time away, and I've come back to the sport pretty much exactly where I left it. I shot a 4 over today. Yes, it was only over 9 holes, but I'm trying to play more in the week and I can't really do 18 at the moment anymore. So 4 over 9 holes, shot 4 over. That was with a double on a par 3, and it's just like clearing.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, thanks. It felt easy. It really was easy. This is the simplest game in the world.
It's like dieting. When you stop eating food, or you eat, don't ever stop eating food, guys. But when you start trying to lose weight, you do exercise and you eat better and drink better. There's a lag time. There's a lag turning the tanker no pun intended, around, right? But once it's happened and you're thinner and you've lost that weight, you then enjoy it and you can sort of actually eat rubbish again. You stay thin for a bit. And it's like that with this golf thing. You have done all the practice and all the work, and you're now experiencing the benefits of that a few weeks and maybe months down the line, because it takes time for it to settle into the body, and it takes time for you to learn how to use it. So you've upped your game. You've literally upped your game.
I've quite literally upped my game, and it's taken a lot of work over summer, and I thought it had gone. I thought it had gone away. And the lesson here we can all take is all that time you put on driving ranges and getting lessons, it doesn't go away. But sometimes you need to take your head away to then come back to the game and go, okay, I'm ready for the BS again.
I played 9 holes today, 10 in fact, and used, do you know what I used for the first time today, Tom? Which is more on this to come in the coming weeks. I used our new Arccos for the first time.
Arccos, indeed. I kicked myself in the shins, which is actually quite hard to do when I got home, because I played golf. I hadn't brought my friend Arccos.
Well, can I say something?
Tell me how was.
Well, the setup is really fun and enjoyable to do if you're a bit of a nerd and you enjoy the sort of the patient, methodical, peel off the sticker, screw this into the handle, scan the little sensor. If you are in a rush, if you're thinking, I'm teeing off in half an hour, I'm going to set up Arccos now before don't do
that's what
that.
I was going to do. Does that not work?
Take your time, sit at home, forgive yourself, I would say, to set up a full bag of clubs, give yourself 45 minutes. You're not going to need anywhere near that much because it's super easy, but give yourself that time so you can properly read the instructions rather than rush and accidentally make it think that your putter was your driver and your driver was your putter. So I had to erase all the things. Totally my fault. We're really happy and really excited to be working with Arccos. And I've played 10 holes with it now, and there's some really, really cool features. It takes a while for it to learn your yardage, of course, and for it to start to give you the real data. You're not going to get that from 10 holes. I think you have to hit about 100 shots, so that's 12 holes for me. But the stuff on the app...
He's come back from the WhatsApp stuff, hasn't he, with that
there you
sort
go.
of gear.
There's a bit of content for you. That's free, don't forget. But what I love is the app as well. So I use my Apple Watch. So I was, for the first time, not using my scope. I was using my Apple Watch for distances, and it was really, because the Arccos sensor in my pocket is really, really on it. It's really good. It was giving me club recommendations, which were wrong because it's not got to know me yet. It was also, at the end, it does this really cool thing where it says, let me take you through some of your best shots. And then it does like an Instagram stories where you can... God. Yeah, I know. And I hit a 3-wood, 220 yards, which onto the green, and it bit and just it was amazing. And it's effectively, obviously you haven't got a video of it, but effectively it is there. And it's like, do you want to share this shot? So I would say, Tom, prepare for the next level of WhatsApp boredom.
Hey mate, all these things.
Here's a satellite picture of a shot that I did today. It's really, really so that tilts towards stuff we've mentioned before, which is away from the data stuff, and the data stuff is still to come, and I'm really excited about that. But it tilts towards the more social media sharey side of stuff, which you know we know through doing this podcast. There's a huge appetite for people going, "Whoa, look at this, guys!" And the stuff on Arccos is really, really exciting.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to delving into it. I'm a stats geek. I can't wait to see all my shots data. And I had a long conversation with a friend on the weekend as I had my golfing weekend, and he came down. We had a long chat about yardages, and it's only 2 blokes can sort of do in a pub. And we realised that it's hard to get a real grasp on how far you actually hit anything.
Yes.
And on the show, we speak a lot about the fact that you should go and do your yardage testing at your local TrackMan range. I think it's really important. But the problem is with doing that is what TrackMan does is it makes an estimation of the fact that you're using range balls, and then does a calculation and goes, well, if you were on a course and you were using real golf balls, this is the sort of yardage you would get. And I think this leads to all yardages being a little bit off, and you never really knowing, honestly, how far you hit anything. I think the great thing about Arccos and any of these systems is that over the course of a couple of months, you will really get a deep dive and an actual number. You go, I actually hit my drive this long.
Yeah, and it's quite shocking because everyone thinks, oh, it's a bit further than that. It's 240, 250. It's like, no, it's 220. Another thing as well, because when you're at those ranges, you're absolutely right. Though they've got the sort of range ball inflation to push it up a bit to make it more like real world. they're not going to tell you the truth. They want you to feel like you're hitting it well and you're hitting it fast, so you go back to that range. If you go to a range and you get these numbers back and go, oh, it's a bit disappointing, really, you're not going to go back to the range again. So they want to make you feel a bit good and pumped up to keep the business. Whereas what Arccos is doing is giving you real life examples. And I can't wait to build that up. And also, Tom, it gives you a sense of project again, which is what I feel my game's been lacking. It gives me, they said, what are you off? Oh, 5.1. And it says, right, if you do Arccos and you play this much in the next 3 months, we'll get you down to 4. And that made me extremely excited. Yeah, I mean, why not? And it was like, okay, yeah, I'm up for that challenge.
I think we might have mentioned this on the show before. If we have, sorry, but the interesting thing about Arccos, and especially within that system, is it will give you, I believe, strokes gained data. Did you see any of that when you
played?
Or
Are you not no, because I've not got enough. Yeah.
Now, I should really have done more sort of testing on this before we brought it to the show, and I will do. But I believe you can get strokes gained data from there. And what it does is it gives you strokes gained data against other people in your handicap, which is amazing.
Yeah, brilliant.
So if you're an 18 handicap, you can go, do you know what? I'm actually a 10 handicap when it comes to driving, but look at this. Look at the amount of 3-putts I'm doing. That's what I need to work on.
Oh,
because
it also,
I don't know what I need to work on, really.
This is the thing. It'll say to you, by the way, your 7-irons aren't good enough. But that takes time. What it did do, as part of the sort of social media looks like Instagram stories, which is, I mean, part of me thinks, how true is this? But, you know, it's all based on the data. The whole point of Arccos is just big crunching of big data, and they work with the PGA. So I hit that 3-wood, which was like the shot of my day. And it said, this is something like 65% better, or this is in the top 30% of PGA Tour. This is like, this is a top, pro would be, basically a pro would be pleased with that. So again, it's putting numbers on that feeling which we've all had when we peek through the sky and peek through the clouds and see the wonder of how good we can be just for one shot. And it's giving you a bit of oomph. Listen, Arccos is a great product. There are other products out there. We need to take a moment to consider them.
I need to remind myself of them. Or should we have some?
Come on.
Where they are.
Hello, welcome back. It's Golf is Ruining My Life. It's time for Email Corner, which is a very cluttered corner. It's a very untended corner. And it's a corner which has had, I'd say it's a sort of hoarding corner because we're going back to early August.
Yeah, I'm not proud of that. I will be honest, I'm not proud of that. But, you know, keep your emails coming in. The toms at golfisruiningmylife.co.uk. We are gradually getting through them.
I can tell you the first one. Elliot Simmons. Please no, anonymous. Please no, anonymous. This is and do you know what? Elliot asks a really, really good question, and I would love to know your thoughts on this because I have a very strong thoughts on it. Beginner scoring question. Hi, Toms. I've just started playing. I played my first 2 rounds of 18-hole golf. I shot a 99. I shot 106.
It's really good. That's a really good start. Well done, Elliot.
My question for the show is it okay as a complete beginner to be relaxed about the scoring, i.e., moving balls out from behind trees to the fairway fringe without counting it as an extra shot, or taking another first shot off the tee if the first one rolls about 10 feet? Or should you be strict in scoring right from the start to monitor progress better? Really love how accessible the podcast is to beginners and is inspiring me to play a lot more. Keep up the good work. That is something which is I'm really shocked because I think of myself and Tom thinks of himself as pretty elite golfers. So when we hear that people who shoot, you know, who are just starting enjoy the show, that means a lot. And it also highlights the fact that, you know, we're bringing in new golfers, and I absolutely love that.
Sorry. Yeah. I think you should clarify that you're joking there.
Yeah, I'm obviously joking there. Sorry. Yeah. To be clear.
I've currently got the emails uploaded, so I actually can't see your face talking.
Oh,
and all I can hear is you go, I think I'm one of the elite. I was like, yeah, no, fair enough. And so
what I'm enjoying is that we are, while we think we're talking about how amazing we are at golf, we're actually relatable.
No,
we're actually relatable for people who are just
starting, we're relatable.
Which tells us the truth about our own golf.
It's a really interesting one, that. How do I feel about that? I think when you start playing golf, you should focus on the enjoyment of it more than the actual scoring. But what I mean by that is you're in quite this interesting position where the fact you've only played 2 rounds of 18, but you've actually shot really well.
Yeah. Well, he shot well because he's been doing that though. So that's 99 when you've been. If he hadn't, I would imagine it would be near 115, 120 maybe. But
yes.
Still brilliant.
And when you're in that level of 115 or 120, I think there is a bit of an argument to go, do you know what? I'll give myself a mulligan there, or that's an absolutely horrible lie. I'm just going to give myself a bit of a better lie so I can enjoy this. But I think when you come to carding rounds and putting stuff in, you will only kid yourself if you don't play properly and play in competition rules. And you'll do what I did when I was really an 18 handicap, but I'd convinced myself I was like a 14 because I'd give myself better lies. Oh, I'm not going to take that. I've just sculled it. I'll take another one off the tee. It builds a false sense of security that I actually don't think is helpful.
It's a dangerous habit, but I also think it's not helpful to go, oh, I got 16 on that hole because I went into the red zone and I tried to play from a red... Unless you are starting to build a handicap, which it sounds, Elliot, like you're not there yet, but you're just trying to learn to play on the course, which is a difficult thing in itself, you shouldn't be playing it really, really strictly. Not yet. Definitely not yet. The other suggestion I would make, and this worked really well when I was playing with my youngest and trying to get him into it, was to say, what is your target for today, right? And this is numbers again, but it's a totally different way of doing numbers. And I've talked about this before, and I'm really passionate about this. You're playing 9 holes, maybe you're playing with a kid or Elliot, someone who's new to the game. Say, I want to see 15 really good shots today. I don't care what you get on individual holes. I want to tally off. I'm going to write down maybe and use my scorecard, and I'm going to do a tally on each hole. You did 2 good shots on this hole. And how many good shots are you going to hit today? 15, 20, 25, 30. And that can build up over time. It's a totally different way of doing it. But it gives you numbers and it gives you something to achieve and not be knocked down and dispirited and disheartened by the fact that your numbers are going to be really high because you've only just started.
And let's not forget as well that on the new handicap system, the worst score you're going to get for a handicap reason anyway is net double bogey. Yeah, so story. If you work on the fact that, okay, I'm going to try and start a handicap, let's say I'm going to try and be a 36, that means the worst you can get is net double bogey, 2 shots in every hole, right? So hopefully that gives you a bit of encouragement as well to go out there and go, if you do get a 20 on a hole or something mad, it doesn't matter. It's net double bogey. Move on, you can be fine. But Elliot, it's a great question.
Thank you, Elliot. Good luck with it. Let us know how you get on. Join the Discord. Next up, now listen, Tom, there's an email from, let me check, it's not anonymous. Looks okay to me.
The longest email in the history of golf.
Yeah, it's really long, from Will. Are you ready? Should we do this?
I'm going to skip that one, and okay. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. It's too long. Sorry, Will. It's too long.
I'll come back to it. I'll condense it in a minute. Go on.
Great. Tom will condense. I'll jump to the more easier one. James, hello, James. Morning, guys. Just listened to the pod from Monday the 11th. I'm just back from Marmaris, not Morocco. What's Marmaris? On the tee talk and where to play from. On a Wednesday night, we always have 3 or 4 of us, and we like to mix it up over 9 holes. We play a scramble, but play off different tees. Currently, our best is 6 under off the reds and 3 under off the whites. Off the reds are ours, you get 2 extra par 5s, so we end up going fairly low. We love it. You're hitting from different places, and it's just a laugh. Sometimes competitive golf off the whites in a medal gets a bit much, and a laugh with mates is much needed. This is interesting because this is very similar to what I had with my mate who I played this weekend. We played not off the reds, but we played off the yellows. But it was a super casual, fun round of golf. We had gimmies. I sculled one off the tee. He said, go and have another go at that. We're not counting that. And it really has helped me after 2 weeks off and having a summer of playing medal serious golf off the whites, trying to shoot in the 70s. It was a joy. We had beers in the bag, Tom. It was brilliant. It's
great. And also, as James is saying, to go into different positions. Because if you are a member at a golf course, you do find yourself playing the same stuff again and again. You do find yourself roughly in the same place. And to go and do it from different angles and see it from a different point of view means that you are... you see each shot anew. It comes back to the 3 club challenge thing. I'm having to hit a sort of low, punchy, short 7-iron here or whatever. You don't normally do that here, and it refreshes what the game is. I think
it's funny though, isn't it? It doesn't take much forward or backwards for the vista in front of you to look completely different, especially if you're on like a little tree-lined alley of a tee box. All of a sudden, you go from like the whites to the yellows and you take 10, 15 yards forward. All of a sudden, that fairway looks so much wider because you're just not tree-lined and it looks so much more inviting. It's really fun to do those things. And I think it brings the fun back to golf. And I think a lot of us on this podcast could take things too seriously when it comes to this sport and maybe at our detriment at times.
But it can also help with fear, because I think fear is a huge problem in golf. We all play scared. We're scared of going all the way back in our swing. We're scared of hitting it too hard, too soft, too fat, too blah, blah, blah. We're scared. We're scared of the people behind us being impatient. Like, you have to find the zen. And if you are playing a form of the game where you're in different places, you can suddenly find yourself in these ridiculous places and think, oh, I've always thought it would be a nightmare if I was over here. I've always thought this is out of, like, there's no way I can get on in 2 from here. Oh, it doesn't matter, because I can chip to there and I can play it on in 3 and 2-putt for a bogey. Like, it is a really good way to do it. Thank you very much, James.
Thanks, James.
Shall I do a very quick...
condense Will?
Yeah. Hi, this is from Will. I'm a TikTok convert. I've been working through your back catalogue. I played a 4-ball at my local. 2 locals, 2 guests. Very hot day. And while waiting to tee, we could see an elderly 2-ball ahead with an even more elderly 3 in front, all on the first. So we've got 2 elderly and then 3 even more elderly in front. 3 of us were playing.
I actually don't think I play if that's what's happening.
I would skip a hole or 2. Or I'd go and jump onto the back 9. Yeah, but you never know what the sitch is. 3 of us were playing off the yellows, with the 4th off the whites, mostly at our encouragement. While waiting, the next group arrived and marched up to us. No hello, no small talk. Oh, here we go. Why is he playing off the whites? I hate that. Rubbish.
What?
I mean, because he wants to? Because he's good enough?
Yeah.
Because it's nothing to do with you? Slightly
doesn't
taken.
matter.
Doesn't matter, mate. Also, crucially, it doesn't matter. Slightly taken aback. We tried to de-escalate. He's pretty good. He would happily play the yellows. He won't slow you down. Doesn't matter how good he is. They're for championships only. Oh, that's just nonsense. That might be them protecting their tee. Who knows? Maybe there's some big event coming up.
That's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Because I have heard that before. Some places have that. Like, I've played places before where I've said, oh, we're going to go for the whites. And they're like, no, competitions only.
Yeah.
But then that's very much not a thing at my place.
No, maybe it just depends on which course you're at. Maybe yellow is the default. For us, whites is the default because we're such a short course. So we need to use the whites more often than not. So we're de-escalating. We're all, now, I would get it if we were slowing the pace down as a 4-ball, but we hadn't hit a single ball at this point. We finally get to the tee. They made a point of stomping up to the yellow tee box with us so they could look back and watch him tee off. He stripes one down the middle. God,
yes, well done. Get in the boys.
Which he followed by an approach just off the green, but chipped in for a birdie. He finished a disappointed 7 over. Anyway, fast forward a couple of holes, and the 3-ball had let the 2-ball play through, promising, but one of the 3 was stopped about 80 yards from the tee. Didn't appear to be playing a ball. Looked like he was messing around with his bag. Bear in mind, he's at least 70. It's high 20s heat at midday. Oh, my God. This left us in a kind of, should we go, should we stay, for about 5 to 10 minutes. He started plodding away. We took our tee shots, and then the very annoyed gentleman from the first, from behind, walked up, and we politely explained why we'd had to wait. And he replied, you should just hit up on them. They would have got the hint. It sounds like you've got dickheads behind you.
This guy is a problem.
Anyway, while this is going on, our 4th player hit a slightly slicey drive, accompanied by a big old 4. Up pipes Mr. Bleephead. You don't need to shout that. There's no one over there. I've played plenty of golf. You don't need to shout that. And this is just the worst, isn't it? This sets the tone for the day. Blah, blah, blah. It just goes on. It is just one of those days. Will, thank you for the email. It's incredible. And I sort of get that feeling where sometimes you want to rant and unload when you've had that sort of day. You know, it's not the guys in front. It's not their fault that they're slower. Absolutely not their fault at all. But again, this comes back to they should hopefully see you and let you through. And also the pro shop should be able to administrate this stuff, right? And say, look, guys, some of our older guys are off. Don't give them any hassle. Go and do the back 9 or whatever. Do you know what I mean? There should be systems in place. And then you're going to get a knob every now and again.
This is why it's not a bad idea. And I know this is a bit of a pipe dream for most places. Certainly not something we have, but I wish we did.
Oh, yeah.
It's why it's great if you've got a starter. When I played Ashridge, there was a starter. And he was like, do you know what? It's pretty busy on the front 9 right now, lads. Jump on the back 9. You'll be clear on the way back through. And then you can play the front 9. Off you go. Tap on the bum. See you later. And
to
it
be
really
fair,
kept things moving.
This place where Will's playing, they have got a starter. Unfortunately, he's a fight starter. So that's no good at all. I love that, Will. Thank you very much. And I get that.
Great email, Will.
Yeah, you're right about starters. My God, I love a starter. Should we do one more? Let's do one quick one.
Let's do one more.
Do David McNeil.
Okay, David. Morning, guys. I recently took up golf because the company I work for hosts golf day with clients. So many of my mates have taken up golf because of this recently. And can I say, I love it. That's just as good enough reason to take up golf as anything. And I think that is such a good way people get into golf, which is their companies have golf days.
Yeah.
They think, well, why wouldn't I? And go and get involved. So, David, I love that.
Also say, very importantly, if you are organising a company golf day, we'd like to say available. The Toms at golfersruiningmylife.co.uk. If you'd like us to host it and help out and maybe do a little podcast recording, we're looking into that. Get in touch with us. Thank you.
Do you want us, this guff, to do your after dinner
That's not the sell.
golf
That's not the sell.
Sorry. Remove guff and just, we'll AI something better in there. To do the after dinner speech. I would have a joy. Don't worry. I would get hammered and I would be really fun. It would be great.
Yeah. That's great. Well, that's that booking. We're definitely going to get several bookings now. The Toms, honestly.
Drunk guff. The Toms that go with my live.
You'd be surprised. We're very keen.
Open brackets. I'll admit, I originally started just to get the free day off, as I sort of mentioned with David's email. Yeah. Now, I'm obsessed. I've joined a club back in April when I started, and since then, I've been playing most weekends, as well as a couple of evenings each week. Last month, I finally broke 100, and now I'm consistently shooting in the low to mid 90s. I love it. I'm currently playing off 26. My fiance blames you guys and YouTube Golf for this obsession, and I started listening to your podcast once I realised how great this game is. I'm loving the podcast. Keep up the work. Thanks, David, and thank you, David.
That's brilliant. We love that sort of stuff. And also, David, I'd love to know, sorry, David McNeil, it's months since you sent this email, but I'd love to know what is the thing when you've joined this course and you've become obsessed with it. And I'm going to guess short game, but what is the thing that's most improved in your game that has unlocked shooting in the low to mid 90s? Do you know what I mean? What is the thing where you think, wow, a couple of months ago I was spraying that everywhere, but now I'm tidier? Is it short game? Is it more consistency, finding fairways? Get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you.
And can I just say, David McNeil, actually, and loads of people of your ilk, the new to golfers, the guys that play it in corporate sort of environments, then go and play it more. I know there is a draw of the package bag, the package set. It's easy. You don't need to think about it. I get it. But please don't do that. Have a little bit of fun online. I mean, gosh, email us and we'll help you, because join the Discord. I mean, that's pretty great place for it. Because there's so many great places. Obviously, our partner Golf Bidder is one of them, where you can go and build such a fun bag these days with like really cheap Vokey wedges, amazing. I mean, Ping, obviously we work with Ping, but like they do the best and most forgiving drivers in this game, and you can get them on places like Golf Bidder, and they're dirt cheap. And it means you can have a fun bag as opposed to just having a bag where the bag and the irons and everything are the same. I just think have fun with it before you do it. You might have to spend maybe a little 10% more money, but it will look great.
Look, we're going to have to knock it on the head there. Can we just say, I'm assuming we're going to go for Elliot Simmons to win the £50 Golf Bidder voucher today, Thomas?
Yeah, let's give it Elliot Simmons, the guy that wasn't sure about whether he should give himself better lies in the rough. And I think, do you know what? Do it for while you're new to golf, but then do try and stop it when you put proper scoring in, or you're just going to get a bit of a bad idea, and then you get a handicap that's too low and you'll never win anything. And that is boring.
There you go. Thank you, Elliot. Thanks for your email. Don't forget, we have got new merchandise available. Go and check out our socials and you can have a look at it. The T-shirts are flying. They're flying out of Tom's garage.
If you're small, please, if you're small. Please, if you're small or medium. By the time this goes out, there will be no XLs left. So the double XLs, the XLs, there are a handful of large left, and they're probably gone as well. If you're a medium person, we would love it if you went and bought a T-shirt.
Please do. All right, thank you very much indeed. We will see you next Monday for more of whatever on earth this was.
It's golf, guys, and guess what? We love it sometimes. Bye.